What the fuck, Hasbro? Hey, what's going on, everybody? First, I want to apologize that I haven't posted anything in a while. Just been tending to some house projects, and I've also been sick. I actually still am sick. So take comfort in knowing that not only do I look like shit, but I also feel like shit. Now, of course, there's been a divide in the collector community, almost like a collector community civil war, if you will, and a lot of it is just thanks to Hasbro, and lately just some of the shit they've been doing, and you have your supporters and you have your non-supporters. Spoiler alert, I'm one of the non-supporters. So first, let's talk about the Hazlab. Okay, let's just get this out of the way, because this has been the big one. This has been the one that's been splitting people up, dividing opinions, and quite frankly, it's a huge, I don't know what the hell they're thinking with this Hazlab. First, let's talk about the obvious. It's overpriced for what it is. There are people who really want it, and that's good for them, but honestly, for the base package, the car, the flame effects, the figure, it's just, I'm not seeing $350. Like, I'm just not. The Hiss tank, I'll admit, even that was a stretch at $300, but at least the Hiss tank is something that's desirable. Higher parts count, bigger, heavier, kind of makes more sense. The LED features on the Hiss tank are more impressive. This is just a car with flickering lights, no sound, a Ghost Rider figure, which, don't get me wrong, is a cool looking figure, but honestly though, like, for celebrating 50 years of Ghost Rider, the base package should have been the car, the horse, and the motorcycle with Danny Ketch. That's what would have got me interested. So, Hasbro, you fucked up. What makes it more laughable is you get the people who are relying on the tiers to make this thing worth it. That's not how it works. I have not participated in too many crowdfunders over the years, but let me tell you about my first one, okay? The Trick or Treat Studios Chucky doll. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because that the base product was worth it for me, okay? If you tried finding any kind of one-to-one scale Chucky doll at the time on the secondary market, whether if it was an official, a custom, you were always looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 depending. Even when it was officially made in the early 2000s with the Seed of Chucky replica, that was still $500 price tag out the gate. So Trick or Treat Studios did an apples to apples comparison, and what did that crowdfunder do for that company? It launched a line. Now they don't do crowdfunders anymore when they have a new doll. They just put one up. They've made more expensive options with more features. They've now made a cheaper option. That's what a crowdfunder is supposed to do. Look what it did for McFarlane and the Spawn line. Retail told them, we're not carrying Spawn. Now, you see Spawn products everywhere because of that crowdfunder. It's to help kick off stuff. Not sell inflated shit no one asked for to begin with. Or rather, not sell inflated shit that people did ask for, but at an inflated price that's just ridiculous. I also like that you have some collectors who are looking at the Mephisto figure and trying to justify its purchase because on the aftermarket, the Marvel Select version goes for like $200 or something like that. Listen, let me explain how this works, okay? The Marvel Select Mephisto at its retail price was maybe $20, $30, $40 max depending on where you get it from. You can't compare that as a means to want to get this crowdfunder from Hasbro because you're finally getting a Mephisto. In all honesty, it's something they should have just put out at fucking retail. People would have bought it. The vehicle itself, I will say, it's very nice. Yes, it's an unlicensed Dodge Charger. I don't care about that factor of it. Would I get it if it was at the right price? Absolutely. It's a car that's scaled to 1/12 action figures. Who wouldn't want that? But to justify its pricing, I'm sorry, because you have other companies who put out stuff that are at similar sizes and for far less. And look, I'm not going to go into all these different comparisons. Okay, Articulated Ninja, Talk Art did really good video showing the different comparisons to what's out there, and we have stuff coming along the way. Okay, I'm going to use McFarlane as an example, and trust me, I'm not trying to be a McFarlane fanboy here, but I can't help but be forced into being the McFarlane fanboy position because they're doing more things I like at a price point I can agree with. So they came out with the Batmobile Beast. Now I did not get this, but its retail price was $80, okay? And while that seemed like a lot for some for what was essentially a shell with a frame, it's still a very detailed shell with a frame, okay? All you have to do is just go to the dollar store, buy some fucking LEDs, add them, and you pretty much got this fucking Kickstarter that's happening right now. Also, we're going to be getting a Michael Keaton Batmobile from the Flash movie, and that will have a retail price of $70 or $79.99. Either way, it's below $100. So I'd like to know is why do these other brands, how can they make 1/12 scale vehicles at prices that are reasonable, but yet this thing here, $350 at its base, take away tiers. Okay, tiers are thank yous for funding this project. That's what tiers are supposed to be. You're not supposed to rely on tiers to make this happen. So if you take the tiers away, the hell is this? Now, I've actually participated in other Hazlab projects. Not many. I am kicking myself in the ass for not doing Unicron when I had the chance, but I was already committed to Super 7 Snake Mountain. No regrets. But I have to admit, 2 out of the 3 that I participated in, it kind of left me just a little, it was a little questionable. The first one I participated in was the Transformers Victory Saber figure, and I really wanted one at a chug scale, and I am happy to have it, and I can't wait to get it in hand. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing figure, and it's going to look great with my chug Transformer collection. But the add-ons, the tiers, they were awful. The price for what it is, it's basically a Commander class figure when you really look at it, when you look at the size. Yes, there is unique tooling, there is unique details, I fucking get that, but at the same time though, for $170, there were a lot of collectors, myself included, who were thinking that, hey, what if Detsaurus was a tier unlock? What if you get another figure with this? And that never happened. In fact, any of these crazy ideas that I've had like that never happened. With the His Tank, I thought maybe they'd throw in the Awe Striker, right? Because there's not much to that vehicle. That didn't happen. Am I happy with what we are getting with the His Tank? Absolutely. The Proton Pack was probably the only crowdfunder I felt 100% satisfied with the price and for what you're getting, and who cares about the add-ons? You're getting a Proton Pack for $400, okay? If you add the Neutron Wand, $550, that's reasonable considering that there has never been an official 1-to-1 scale replica for collectors to buy, and anything that was out there available was custom made, and usually buku bucks. You were looking at anywhere from $900 to $2,000 for one of these fucking things. To get one at $550 complete, that's reasonable. That makes sense, and that's a crowdfunder I was proud to back. Okay, so enough of the Hazlab talk. Like I said, there's a ton of people. There's people who have done videos. Just go out there, just look at Articulated Ninja, look at Talk Art. Okay, everybody, Shartimus even weighed in on it. Okay, everybody's talking about it. What I want to address is just overall how Hasbro has been doing business. Recently, I also acquired some of the new SpiderMan offerings from Marvel Legends. I gotta say, I am overall happy with my purchases, but what is most bothersome is the Iron Spider-Man and the price point it was at. Okay, he was a $35 action figure. After getting it out of the windowless box that we all fucking love, there's nothing that screams deluxe about this figure, okay? On his mechanical arms, the Waldos or whatever, well, I'll call them Knuckles, okay? Every other one is articulated. Not everyone. But you know what, though? I don't blame them for not articulating because the plastic they used is so goddamn cheap. There's no hope of standing this guy on the mechanical arms like you see in the comic books. There's no addition of a fourth arm option like we saw with the Rebel Tech. Nothing like that. As far as extra accessories, we got hands. Big whoop. And the figure itself, now, of course, my stuff is in storage currently. As I said, I am currently doing some house projects. I will make an updated video at some point, but I'm pretty confident that this Iron Spider-Man is just pretty much the fucking Pizza Spidey that they slightly retooled the chest on for his emblem, and that's it. I mean, yeah, we got the gauntlets, we got the shin guards, but I mean, those things are always easily retooled. I feel like this is a figure that should have got its own tooling. He should have got the broader chest. And you know what? Usually I'm okay with Spider-Man figures all having the same buck, all having the same body style, because most of them are either Peter Parker, Peter Parker's clones, Peter Parker from another universe. It makes sense that they would all look the same. This is the one area where I'm okay with endless repaints. But there are those certain situations, like Spider-Man in his original armor. That's a great figure. This one, Overall, I do like it. It is an improvement over the last one they made, you know, a decade or so ago. But it still could have been better, and especially for the fucking price. Meanwhile, go look at Mattel's Masterverse Deluxe figures, okay? Look at Triclops. Look at Trapjaw. They come with accessories where you could have them in both their modern and classic looks, okay? Beastman you can currently get at my local Target for $32.99. He's actually a couple bucks less. He comes with soft goods fur. You can put him in 2 different looks. He comes with extra weapons, and it's a large figure on top of that. He's bigger than He-Man. It's more impressive. That's how you do a fucking deluxe figure, not this. This is garbage for the price. This should have been $27.99 at most. At most when comparing it to a regular Marvel Legends at $22.99. Or I don't know, I think they're all $27.99. Some are $35. There's just no fucking rhyme or reason for it. Now, this is actually my second attempt at making this video because when I initially made it, a couple of other things came down the pike that I also have to talk about. That, again, what the fuck, Hasbro? What are you fucking doing? So the Star Wars team had shown us the Mandalorian 3-pack, and to call it a 3-pack is actually pretty goddamn insulting, especially since Grogu is more of an accessory than anything. I get it, he got his own figure release, he's an important character, but $67.99, and the only new thing you're getting with this is a fucking cloak and the Beskar staff, which is not even that good looking. It looks like that cheap translucent grayish plastic. Okay, at least like vac metal. It just do something to add value, something that says, okay, you know what, it's expensive, but I could see myself getting this because of this reason. You're better off buying the figures individually, and they're still available. You can still find them. So total pass for me. Then this morning I wake up, I get an email from Hasbro Post, hey, new starting lineup figures. Now, I gotta be honest, I'm not really a sports guy, but I do have a couple fond memories of starting lineup. My father used to collect the baseball figures. He even made a field out of felt. You know, it was really cool. You know, if I remember, first one I got was Darryl Strawberry, second one was Don Mattingly. Now, they are focusing on the NBA, and even though I'm not the biggest sports fan, at minimum, I probably would have gotten LeBron James, just to have it, just because it looks like a cool figure. But you know what? $50 each? 50 fucking, like what? None of them have their tattoos. And okay, they have official sneaker wear. Great. Does it really cost that much to have those logos put on? And if so, did they not think about their customer base and say, you know what, maybe we'll just go with generics, fuck it. And the other ballsy thing too is including an NFT. It's a non-existent, it's a non-tangible accessory. So if the price is going into that for that purpose, fuck you. Stop trying to force people into doing this trendy shit. Why can't we just go on your website and buy action figures? Okay, what the hell is with the pre-orders too that are like a fucking year out? Overall, I just feel like they're just playing on the collector's wants, and it's not cool. Like, I feel like that Hasbro is just preying on aftermarket prices, scalper prices. They know what some people are willing to pay for this bullshit. And look, I'm not casting stones. I've done it myself, okay? I paid double for Baroness just to have one because it was impossible to fucking find one at my local Target when that was a thing, the Cobra Island exclusives. Now, do I regret doing that? Of course, because eventually they did re-release it. It was easier to find online at its retail price. As they say, patience is a virtue. And look, Hasbro's not the only ones doing this shit, okay? Because just look at Mattel, okay? Look at some of their exclusives they got, okay? This He-Man 4-pack, $150? Are you fucking kidding me? But at least I can say this for Mattel. I can guarantee that we'll see store versions of these at their regular $17.99 retail pricing. So at least you got that going. You know, you can always fall back on that. Yeah, is it nicer to have the vac metal or die-cast weapons or all the cool doodads they put with these exclusives? Of course. But if you notice, this one's not selling out on Mattel Creations' website, which says a lot because I have yet to actually successfully purchase something from that fucking website unless if it was a crowdfunder or made-to-order item. So, again, collectors are starting to see through the bullshit. COVID's not an excuse anymore. Okay, inflation, yes, there is that, but at this rate, come on. Really? Now look, I'm no YouTube influencer, okay? I'm not a zealot of action figure collectibles, okay? I'm just some chuckle fuck on the internet I live on a budget, okay? I have a big family. I have 7 kids, 5 that live with me full time. So, yeah, now this Hazlab, could I afford it? Sure. Could I swing it? Could I find some way to do it? Absolutely. I don't fucking want to. The value's just not there. And we only have ourselves to blame, okay? Us collectors, because all the many times that we've given into aftermarket prices for stuff, given into scalper prices, they took notice for this and they think they can just grab us by the balls, or the labias for you female collectors, and just bilk us for everything that they think they can get from us. And you know what? Bullshit. For those who really want this Ghost Rider, I say go ahead and get it if you really want it, but don't be a bitch about it. Stop making weird justifications. Stop trying to convince others why they need to get it so you don't feel alone, okay? Just like it because you like it, okay? Look, I pre-ordered the No Way Home 3-pack because I fucking have an emotional investment towards it. It is my sheer love for Spider-Man and Venom that's keeping Marvel Legends alive for me. But my days with Hasbro, they're coming to an end. Okay, G.I.Joe and Transformers, there's only so many characters I want from those lines, and I'm actually seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. I already sold all of my Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures. I kept a couple teams. I'm going with Super 7 because for $50 a figure, you're getting way fucking more, and I can guarantee that there'll be a little bit more quality control and consistency. I'm looking forward in the near future to finally seeing some stocked shelves, and I say that because the bullshit they're churning out, the prices that they're at, we might actually see shit on a shelf. And you know what? That's the best scenario for us right now, is that there's more shelf presence for Hasbro products. You know why? Because when they're not selling, they can go on clearance and we can buy it at a normal fucking price. Anyway, that's all I have. And just so you know, with October coming up soon, all month long, it's going to be all horror content. That's why I haven't posted anything horror related, whether if it's toys, movies, shows. So stay tuned for that. Of course, if you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do.